Hello and welcome to day 19 of MP Strong 365. It is Martin Luther King Day, so I hope you are honoring, celebrating, and all of that good stuffing for maybe a day off of work. R&R, I traveled today, so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do anything. But here we are because no, I don't want to do it. And sometimes I don't do it. And then I'm like, gee, I did really feel better after I did it. Isn't that the way of things? So I'm just going to do a couple down dogs. I was going to do these before even pressing record, but this is supposed to be like authentic. So I traveled. I'm doing a down dog. I'm pedaling out my feet. You can use dumbbells on your hands if you find your hands are slipping. But if your hands are slipping, that should be a cue to you to just push more weight back into your feet and then grab the floor with the butt of your palms and press all 10 fingers into the floor. That was a huge inhale through the back of the lungs and then exhale. Do one more inhale. And then on that exhale, after your inhale, think about the sides of your back, the very sides of your back as you exhale. That's good. And hopefully the sound works okay because it just got a little low battery notification. I'm going to slide forward into my push-up position from the down dog, and I'm going to slide down the elbows, bend, 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 touch your knees to the floor, then scoop up through the top part of the hip flexors, squeeze your glutes, keep your elbows bent, squeeze your glutes, keep your elbows bent, flatten out your feet, squeeze your glutes. Bend your elbows, drag your shoulders down away from your ears, squeeze your glutes. And now we're going to slide this back into a child's pose. Slide your knees away from each other and think about the sides of your back. I'm going to slice my left hand down into the floor and pull my ribs in. So slicing the left pinky down into the floor. Good. I'm going to switch to the right. Sliding down that right side, pinky into the floor. Flatten out the feet to the floor. And squeeze your knees slightly together as you come out of that onto your stomach, all the way onto your stomach. Pull your belly into like a balloon so it's firm against the floor. Cup your hands behind your back. Slide your chin to neutral so your forehead is hovering 1 centimeter away from the floor. Your nose is just grazing the floor. Your fingertips are interlaced behind your butt. Take a couple inhales and exhales here. Good. Go ahead and squeeze those elbow tips and then release the palms. Elbows come high like grasshopper legs on either side of your chest. Make a big belly period. Okay, then try to flatten out the legs and just let the legs go dead. Good. Now squeeze up on the left glute and let the left leg float up into the air. Float it up higher, float it up higher, float it up higher, float it up higher, and bring it back down. And then switch to the right leg and squeeze the glute on the right side. Pull your elbows up. Float it up higher, float it up higher, float it up higher, float it up higher, and bring it back down to the floor. Good. Widen out your knees. Come through that child's pose again. Roll your hips around in a circle with wide knees. Don't stay in a child's pose. Just roll the hips around in a circle around your wide knees. Squeeze your glutes as you come forward, pelvis down towards the floor a little bit. Let your shoulders roll around as well. Switch directions. Roll a couple times. The outside of the thigh gets a stretch. Tomorrow, I'm going to try some new audio for this jam. We'll see how it goes. And I got to actually do it. So now we're going to pop up into a push-up position. Great. Pedal your feet, pedal your feet, pedal, pedal, pedal. Good. You should already feel feet. Wow. You should already be feeling longer through the armpits, longer through the spine, longer through the waist, longer through the back of the legs. Just keep pumping up into that pike. Option to do this on the forearms or in a tabletop. That's totally fine. Okay, now I'm going to sweep my left foot forward, my right foot forward, and forward fold, forward fold. So forward fold. Forward fold is a bent legs, and then you're going to capture your elbows with the opposite hands and pull your belly button into your spine. Drive your weight into your heels, and shake your head no. I gotta squeeze my feet a little bit harder together. I'm like off balance, kind of. And then I'm gonna let my body sway. Why am I so wobbly? Let my body sway side to side. Stamp the legs down into the floor, maybe because I drove like an hour and 40 minutes, and then I was waiting for my bags for an hour and 20 minutes, which was amazing. But I did move. Place your fingertips on the floor. And then place them on your shins, and then roll your shoulders back, and then keep your knees bent, and then ride your shoulders up to the top so you're in standing position. And we are going to do a quick circuit just to get the blood pumping. So just shake and shimmy my legs out a little bit. Just get weird with the arms, shake it out. And yeah, so I walked around the carousel like a lot, you know, because I don't want to wait for a watch pot to boil, aka my bags to come. So I did make good use of the time. I walked around a little bit. I stood in the back and did a little quad stretch. So if you have your mind in a place where you see tiny blocks of time as an opportunity to say hello to your body, then those pennies in a jar really do add up. We are going to do a lateral lunge. I'm going to take an 8-pound dumbbell. I'm going to do one side only, and I'm going to do a side raise when I come back up for my lunge. So you don't have to use a weight. You can use a 5, 3, or 8, or 10-pound dumbbell. The side raise does get a little bit heavy after that point. All right, let's just do 10. Pull the belly button into the spine, and we'll slide it out, lateral lunge. I want you to keep your shoulder up into its socket and sweep your other hand out to the side, and then come back up and do a side raise. Great. The leg that is not lunging stays straight. Keeping weight on the outside of that standing leg. The side raise enhances that. Okay. You can look slightly up like a neutral neck. That way you don't round from the spine. The goal is not to get to the floor. The goal is to dig into, fold into the lunging leg and to keep the standing leg nice and straight. When you breathe in, think about your big balloon belly. And then when you exhale, that big balloon belly will get smaller. Right? Because you can't make something smaller if it doesn't get bigger first. One more time. And I don't know a lot of people who want big bellies, but anyway, but sometimes our belly, like my paunchy, appears because my back is so tight that it pushes my stomach forward. Hear that, okay? My paunchy gets bigger because my back is so tight that it pushes my abs out of commission, and then I get a little tummy tum. So just by stretching your back out, just getting more limber through the hips, you can fake it till you make it flat tummy. So other side. Lateral lunge, and that right leg needs to get a little tip to stay to the outside of the right leg. So be honest with yourself how stable, how strong you feel moving to the standing leg side. I'm going to start to sweep that left arm up. Oh, yeah. New oxygen, not recycled in a cabin. But I passed out, man. If you put me in a chair with nothing to do, I'm out. I'm gone. The light switch turns off. So, 3 more times. I got a decent nap. My neck wasn't too cricked because I had a window seat. You know, you get the whole story here. This is the authentic 365. One more time. Great. Step down into knees or toes for diamond push-ups. I am going to do the first set on my knees, actually, and then the second set on my toes. So the hands are in a diamond shape, okay? I'm trying to get my spine a little bit flatter if I can, so I'm going to flatten out through that part that's surrounding, because you don't know. So I would use a mirror if you have the opportunity to do so. Pull your elbows back, or you can record yourself doing this stuff too, right? Squeeze up on the tush, bring your heels up to your butt, point your toes, and we'll come down in the diamond all the way to the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and come back up. The body lowers down as one unit. Okay, I'm going to try to flatten out that spine again. Posture is janky from the flight. Well, it's always janky. So I'm going to focus on squeezing the butt a little bit more, maybe a little hamstring action. And shoving up from my chest, my body is one unit. Slow and slow. From the heart. I do these from the heart. These are chest pumping push-ups. These are CPR training push-ups. All the way down, all the way up. You can't go all the way down. That is like just as valuable in its own right. I am telling you. So I'm going to go 8, halfway down and up. Halfway down and up. 6, press the elbow tips. 5, press the elbow tips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to come on out of that. We're going to flip on over. Grab your weight if you have a weight. And I'm going to do Russian twists. I'm going to do half the set with my feet down, with my toes pointed, with my feet flat on the floor. And then the other half, I'll lift my feet up in the air. So we twist side to side. I'm going to try to keep the arms pretty straight and must make contact with the floor every time I do the twist. We're trying to stay long through the stomach. Apply light pressure either on your palms to palms, if you're just with palm, or hands against the weight. Squeeze that weight. In 2, lift your legs up, or one leg, or both legs. Lift your legs up and cross. And try not to move your feet. Keep your feet centered. Keep your legs together. You will see some people crossing the ankles. I don't recommend that. It just uses your hip flexors more, gives you an out. I recommend dropping one leg instead. I'm going to try to get taller through the stomach. Set the other leg down. If you have one leg down for 8, 7, 6, long trunk, 3. Now, I did not do punctuated exhales on that, but you certainly can, and I probably would if I was by myself, and only because it helps bring the ribs together. So I'm going to do 8 with punctuated exhales, show you what I mean. Okay, it's like you're learning how to whistle. All right, up again. Let's go lateral lunge. So quick trifecta circuit. I love these because then I can't think about things like, oh, I want to stop there. Oh, that hurts, blah, blah, blah. So just start with your lateral. I'm going to start with the opposite side first. So come up straight legs. You rise up onto your toes. All right. This is a moderate circuit, so I'm going to try to keep it real clean. Spine is flat. Try to find an extra inch when you lunge down without leaning forward, without drooping from your spine. Keep a little bit more pressure in that outside leg. Good, the outside of the standing leg. Drive your weight back into the base of your heel on the lunging leg. Think about how much you're pushing off of that lunging leg and how much is carried back. Like, could you balance as you come back to standing? 2 more times. All right, so let's switch. Roll the shoulders, come up onto all 10 toes. Groovy, and we will start other side. Fun tip, I took an empty bottle and I took a little canister of my super greens, and sorry, I'm trying to like get my tailbone underneath me on that lunge a little bit more. And I took a little like flavoring, like drink flavoring, just like Mio, and I filled my bottle with water and super greens and my Mio, and I recommend this because, and maybe electrolyte too, because plane rides can be rough. 2 more times. It's not even the plane ride, it's like everything around it, the baggage, the boarding, the unloading, the driving home, the getting home and you don't have anything in your house, right? Chug your drink, okay? So don't pack the drink for like that moment. Pack the drink for the next 6 hours of your life. Done with that? Diamond push-ups. Shine bright like a diamond, right? No copyright infringement. All right, so on your toes, I'm going to go on my toes for this set and bury my balls of the feet into the floor, and my hands are still at chest level, and keep all 10 toes on the floor and pull your belly button to your spine, and we are good. My perception is I'm going pretty deep. And I'm going to try to bury those balls of the feet into the floor the whole time. That's 10. We got 5 more. And you are good. Let's flip it over to Russian twists. Bleh. I think I got some like DC germs or something. I don't feel like awesome, not gonna lie. So that's why we're just doing it. We're just twisting. We're doing it right now. I'm gonna do those annoying punctuated exhales so you can hear it with legs down, and I'll tell you when to put legs up. Press the bottoms of your feet down into the floor. Lengthen out through the stomach. Arms a little bit straighter. Press the weight a little bit more. Press your palms. Lift one or both legs. We've got 8. See what you can do. And you are good on that. That is all for that circuit. I would like to do a one warrior. No, I'm going to do one bandit. Make out like a bandit. Don't mind me, just over here getting things. All right. So with my band, I'm going to go straight arm press down, past the hips. If you do not have a straight cord hanging from a door frame conveniently, okay, you can push your palms against a countertop and raise your heels as you press your palms down. You can also push into a wall. You can also use light weights to press down past your hips, but I would recommend investing in a band of some kind. Squeeze your tush so your tailbone rocks underneath you. I'm going to try to get sounds weird, but get my shin bones back because my hamstrings are kind of like pulling them forwards. Let's go 5. Straight arm press, 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 chest open, and you're good on that. Take it into a warrior 2. So I'm going to start from a yoga-ish position, and I'll just stay here, it's fine. So we'll go streamline, okay, and I'm going to take a step forward with my right leg, so lift your right knee up to your chest. If you can't do this, like, work on this part, lifting your leg up to your chest. Then you can release your arms. Take your leg up into the air. Step it forward. Okay. Now drop your back knee. Okay. And I'm now going to be like facing away from you, but you're going to turn your back foot almost 90 degrees and then extend your arms and pull your butt underneath you. Now pull both ends of the feet towards each other. So your front heel is dug down and the instep of your back foot is also pulling in. Okay. This helps keep tension in the hips and the inner thighs. And then we'll slide forward into that warrior 2. Now, if you find your knee is like a lot above your front toes, a lot of people will say create more space between your legs. I am changing my mind on that. I would like to have you instead press down into the front leg a little bit more and maybe walk your foot back like an inch or a centimeter or 2. Because we want to make this like real life. And if I'm overstretching my inner thighs, I'm not going to teach my body anything good, right? So I before would just stretch my legs way out, but now I'm working on getting this part, the front leg, the front hip down more, and see how that drags the knee back. You can even practice lifting your heel up and down. Like I said, I like adulterate yoga, so I like to have some more movement here. Lifting that front heel up and down to stamp that leg down more firmly into the floor. Great. Now I'm just going to slide out of that, just sweep my hands around for a little bit of that half pyramid, a little bit of a triangle. So my palms are planted with fingertips only. I should try to work for a flat back on this too. Like this one, in yoga, they'll have you do standing forward, head to knee. So, and again, I'm like fake good at that stuff because like my pelvis just drives upward. So I'm trying to get my tailbone underneath me a little bit more so I can get more power and stability in the hips versus just them stretching. So just be mindful of like where your body can go versus keeping a flat spine. So that was our warrior 2 on that side. I'm going to stay on this side and I'm going to sweep my arms up first for a streamline. I'll lift my left knee up to my chest. You can put your hands on by your sides if you need. Take a big step forward and drop the back knee. Then I'm going to slide that back foot down, bend to 90 degrees. Great. And again, I took a big step. Like maybe you need to take a little bit more space between your legs, but I am actually going to try, instead of just separating my legs out, to drive down more into that hip of the front leg. Okay. Then you also, instead of stretching your arms to completely straight, you can bend your elbows a little bit and you might feel the stretch more nicely between your shoulder blades. Okay, so you just bend your elbows a little bit. Great. And then you can take your gaze to looking forwards, roll your butt underneath you. I'm going to lift that front foot up and down a little bit, lifting that front heel, dropping it down. Make sure the feet are pulling towards each other. And I'm going to sweep and cartwheel those hands down to the floor, all 10 fingers on the floor, tenting the floor. And front leg goes straighter and straighter, forehead down to knee, if that's your jam today. There's nothing wrong with doing these deep stretches. Just keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose. Good, and I'm going to go and try to flatten out my back a little bit more with this straight leg. And I'm going to make my way out of that stretch through a wide squat position. So I'm going to come down into a squat and then press my knees apart to come out of my squat. I'm going to finish with one more set of the standing straight arm press downs. You can also do these on the floor. Anything that's pressing your arms down straight past the hips is effective because we want to get abs, posture, small back muscles, arms get to their full range of motion on that elbow tip. I'm going to do some biceps cray tomorrow. Row. I always say that. And then I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like it. But got to do some more biceps tomorrow. What do you think? And I don't even have handles on this cord. That's how irrelevant like the like perfection of your toy is. Literally just get a giant rubber band. But a light resistance band. I just have the handles on the other band because this one's so light that I just take an A-OK grip. You can grip the whole band with your fists if you want to. And even as you're sliding down past your hips, you can think about like stamping, like, indignantly stamping your fist on a table. So I'll go a little bit faster. Add a little bit more movement with the lower body, a little bit of a swing, a swing, a swing, swing. Let's go 5. I sound like Wayne's World. Swing. 3, 2, and 1. All righty. That is quite enough. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Happy Monday.